Okay. So you have these pipes used underwater. Have you seen, or do you have results of, because we all know, we put two pieces of metal together.
Right.
It could be the same metal, it could be different metals.
Right.
Typically, we put two metals together. This
Right.
is when things happen, right? We're going to put this underwater.
Yep.
There's potentially some seismic.
Yep.
I'm not going to preclude that there is. I don't want to assume that there isn't. We've heard some testimony that there supposedly is a fault or some seismic activity. How might LNG affect, or the pumping of LNG at the temperature that it's at, affect the pipe to this degree? Or have you seen LNG being piped in liquid form above ground?
Well, I've never seen it in this application before. Again, we put the pipes together, we put it underground, and for 40, 50 years it stays there. If we've done a good job, we never have to dig it up again or pull it out.
That's the plan.
And that's where it's been with us. Every fabrication that I've ever been involved with that has used any type of this pipe, we've never dug it back up. So I don't know what it would look like, what the corrosion resistance would be. As far as the seismic activity, this pipe's going to be laid down in 80-foot lengths, prefabricated in 80-foot lengths, barged out, and as we drop it down, we attach and pull out, drop down, attach and pull out. So it gets a lot of elasticity to it as it gets down inside the trench. As far as the drench digging goes, I have no idea how that would be done. I don't know what would be the qualifier for keeping it flat so that you wouldn't have that problem. But, like again, the only thing that we can attest to is that when we do welding on this pipe, it goes in the ground, and it hasn't come up yet. So.
And like I said, nothing to do with regards to the welding. It's more of the, I'll say, the environment within which the pipe's going to be put. So, like, from reading through the material that came back from Hess and Weaver's Cove, back to FERC and the Pipe Safety Committee or whatever they are, the trench will be dug. They're going to bury the pipe, and they're going to backfill it.
Right.
To some degree, it's not going to be some depths. It'll be quite a farther depth than it is in some other areas. So the pipe's going to have some movement to it.
Right.
Clearly, being underwater.
Right.
On the surface, it's clearly, or if it's above ground or on land as opposed to underwater, there's movement to it absolutely because the ground settles.
Right.
Just the uncertainty with regards to that piece of it.
Right.
Just raises some concerns and questions that no one, I think maybe at one point, I think the chairman said Hester or Weaver's Cove will be here. Hopefully they'll be able to address those questions.
They would probably have more information than me. Because like I say, we weld it, we put it in, and we never take it out again. So I guess we don't do that bad of a job.
Thank you.
Mr. Brennan, I want to thank you very much, and I'm asking that you be available if Senator Palmer or another member of the commission has further questions for you. I do want to recognize that Senator Susan Sosnowski of South Kingstown and Block Island, or New Shoreham, as they sometimes, when they're being hoity, refer to it, has joined us. And again, I thank you for your testimony. Any further questions of Senator Miller?
Just with the specific skills needed for this work, at least some of this work, do you see that coming from people that you already have locally, or would that be from workers outside the area?
Well, Senator, I have about 48, 49% unemployment, which translates to about 450 workers. Every man on this job would come from my local. We have the skill to do this. We train in our facility in East Providence. We do this training. And everybody who would work on this would come from us. I wouldn't be bringing anybody out of town for this one. You know, this has our name on it, so we want to make sure that we can guarantee the good work.
Thank you, Senator. Actually, that's a good question. I'm glad you asked it. But again, thank you very much, Mr. Byrne. I appreciate your testimony. Also noted that Craig Mancini was here for the trades. Is he here? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's right.
Yeah, right in front of me, if you would.
Say sure. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm actually with Build Rhode Island, and Build Rhode Island is a trade association that's comprised of the 17 unions of the trades and 3 contractor associations, the Associated General Contractors, the New England Mechanical Contractors Association, and the National Electrical Contractors Association. All of our workers are paid by the hour, they're paid well, they receive health care benefits, they receive pension benefits, all provided by the private sector or generated by the private sector. We have constructed virtually every major construction project in and around the Rhode Island area. This includes the new skyline above Providence, the Narragansett Bay sewer overflow project, the Amgen expansion project that Tim just mentioned a couple of minutes ago, just to name a few. As everyone's keenly aware, the current national session we have is extremely severe, particularly in our state. Our state's unemployment is 13%, I'm sure you know, second highest in the country. In construction, it's approaching 40. Tim's local, it's almost 50. This negative economic environment is unprecedented in our lifetime. And as a result, business opportunities for our contractors and employment opportunities for our union members are scarce. Our contractors need new economic development opportunities in and around the Rhode Island area, really to keep their businesses afloat. And our union members need jobs to provide for their families. The proposed Weaver's Cove LNG terminal in Fall River is a projected $125 million of private investment that will create $2.5 million worth of 5 million labor hours worth of work, which will translate into hundreds of new jobs for union members and new business opportunities for our contractors. These opportunities will be created exclusively by the private sector, which our industry desperately needs. If we do, in fact, get this opportunity to construct this facility, as Tim mentioned, we are confident that our highly trained workforce will ensure that this project is built to all applicable code and safety requirements. I assure you that our members are also part of our local community, wouldn't compromise safety on a project built in their backyard. While I certainly admire this body's willingness to look into the cost-benefit analysis of this project and the appropriateness of it also, I would respectfully point out that the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, as well as the Coast Guard, has or will be reviewing all aspects of this project. According to FERC's website, their project site development process balances environmental, safety, and all other concerns for proposed projects in order to safeguard the public. In short, it appears that this regulatory body, which it's my understanding has legal oversight of this project, is analyzing many, if not all, the concerns being brought about in front of this commission. Therefore, from our standpoint, if this project passes muster under their oversight, we would respectfully support it because of its strong economics and much-needed economics benefits. If this project is not approved at the federal level or is stopped at the state level, I can tell you with good authority, outside of the proposed Deepwater project, I do not know of any other 100% privately funded project in and around this area that would even approach this type of economic opportunity for our contractors and union members, thereby further delaying, if not crushing, any hopes of any type of economic recovery for our industry. I would further comment that if this project is approved at the federal level, but is somehow stopped at the local level through new laws, it would have a chilling effect on any other private investor coming into Rhode Island or coming into this area willing to spend hundreds of millions of dollars. Lastly, while I'm no expert, the development of this project would increase the supply of clean natural gas in southern New England, and I would think that this increased supply would stabilize, if not lower, our energy prices, thereby making our region more economically competitive. In closing, on behalf of our organization, we fully support this new multi-million-dollar private investment, business opportunity for our contractors, and work opportunity for our members that is so desperately needed. And we ask you to keep that in mind in your assessment and deliberations. And I'll take any questions.